What's up, guys? Welcome back to Military Insider. Today is Tuesday, September 30th. Yes, there's a lot of stuff going on. We had the Secretary of War meeting with top generals at Quantico. We also are in a potential government shutdown. So there's a lot of stuff going on this week. But going into the meeting that the Secretary of War had with top generals at Quantico, a lot of people were concerned about the actual movement of all these top generals across the world to one specific location. Pretty much all generals 2 stars and above are in the same location in Quantico for a special meeting with Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of War. And a lot of people, they were a little bit confused. They didn't know what this meeting was going to be about. A lot, they were saying about war, Venezuela, Ukraine, Russia, Gaza, China, you name it. But it was the complete opposite. Oh, and by the way, they were saying about the warrior ethos. So let's jump right into a couple of clips that I found on X. So let's start with this one, with the first one. I'm gonna give you guys a couple clips about what happened today at the meeting, and then at the end I'm gonna read out the report from military.com. So stay with me, stick around till the end, so you know what's gonna happen with the armed forces moving forward. All right, so let's start from Fox News. Secretary of War Hegseth: no more identity months, DEI offices, dudes in dresses. No more climate change worship, no more division, distraction, or gender delusions. We are done with that. Yes. Let me see if I can hit play to me. Hopefully you can hear it.
Has done a great deal from day one to remove the social justice, politically correct, and toxic ideological garbage that had infected our department. To rip out the politics. No more identity months, DEI offices, dudes in dresses. No more climate change worship. No more division, distraction, or gender delusions. No more debris. As I've said before, and will say again, we are done with that.
There you go. You got it right there. That came straight from Pete Hegseth's mouth. We are done with that. No more climate change worship, no more division, distraction, or gender delusions. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this. Let's go into the next one. This is from Benny Johnson. Thank you, Benny. An absolute truth nuke from Secretary of War Pete Hegseth. Aim fat woke military leaders. Oh my God. This guy, pretty much, I want to say, I don't know, I might be wrong, but I think he pointed out probably, 40% of generals, maybe 35% of generals that are in that room. We're talking about he moved around over 850 top generals to Quantico, and I bet maybe 35% of those are fat. I don't know, man. This guy is ruthless. Let's go. Let's hear what he said. It's unacceptable to see fat generals and admirals in the halls of the Pentagon and leading around the world. It's a bad look. It's not who we are. Let's see.
Physical fitness and appearance. If the Secretary of War can do regular hard PT,
there you go.
So can every member of our joint force. Frankly, it's tiring to look out at combat formations, or really any formation, and see fat troops. Likewise, it's completely unacceptable to see fat generals and
he got a point right there. Why are we letting the standards go below? You've seen it across all branches. You see a lot of guys that they're fat, they're not physically ready. And how are we going to fight the enemy if we have a military that is almost 30% fat? That doesn't make sense.
Admirals in the halls of the Pentagon.
You hear that?
Leading commands around the country.
Hold on, let me go back.
And leading commands around the country and the world. It's a bad look.
Hold on. Sorry, guys.
And leading commands, completely unacceptable to see fat generals and admirals in the halls of the Pentagon. And leading commands around the country and the world. It's a bad look. It is bad, and it's not who we are.
Oh my God, Jesus! This guy point out generals in the Pentagon that are fat and walking around the halls of the Pentagon. Man, this guy is ruthless. My goodness. All right, let's see. So this one is very interesting. I think the audio is pretty low, but this clip that I'm about to show you guys is when President Trump walked into the auditorium, and it was like dead silence. Nobody was talking, nobody was laughing, nothing. And he said this.
If you don't like what I'm saying, you can leave the room. Of course, there goes your rank, there goes your future.
Wow, if you don't like what I'm saying, you can leave the room because there goes your rank. There goes your future. When it comes to political differences, I'm pretty sure it has to be some Democrats and Republicans generals in that auditorium that might be that their opinions and policy the policy are not aligned with Trump, and I mean that's understandable. That's democracy, but he came out swinging, and he called them out. Let's put that again.
If you don't like what I'm saying, you can leave the room. Of course, there goes your rank, there goes your future.
And of course, everybody started laughing, but he's ruthless as well. Let's take a look at the next one. Let's see. My message to you. Let's see.
My message to you is very simple. I am with you. I support you. And as president, I have your backs 100%. You'll never see me even waver a little bit.
There you go. I mean, at least we have a president of the United States that is very supported with the military forces, and that's I want to say that's very good. That's very motivation perspective wise for this generals and for the force, that you have a president that it has your back. And I think that's what these people need right now. I mean, pretty much this meeting was about setting the standard, putting the standard back where it needs to go. Because in the past couple of years, they've been lowering the standard, allowing all this nonsense getting to the military, and it was getting completely out of control. Now let's go back to military.com and let's read the report real quick. Trump and Hegseth declare an end to politically correct leadership in the U.S. military. Okay, so Quantico, Virginia. President Donald Trump and Defense Secretary Pete... Why they keep putting Defense Secretary? Secretary of War Pete Hegseth declare an end to woke culture in the military and targeted other policies of past administration Tuesday before hundreds of top U.S. military officials who were abruptly summoned to Virginia from around the world. That's what I was telling you guys. They made all these guys across the country and around the world move to a specific location. Everybody in the same room. That's a little bit risky, but they got it done. Hegseth announced new directives for troops that include gender neutral or male level standards for physical fitness, while Trump bragged about U.S. nuclear capabilities and criticized the military leader's previous commander-in-chief, President Joe Biden. All right. We must be so strong that no nation will dare challenge us, so powerful that no enemy will dare threaten us, Trump said, and so capable that no adversary can even think about beating us. Hegseth had called military leaders to convene at the Marine Corps base in Quantico near Washington without publicly revealing the reason until this morning. Hegseth addressed largely focused on his own long-used talking points that painted a picture of a military that has been hamstrung by woke policies. And he said military leaders should do the honorable thing and resign if they don't like his new approach. So this is why one of the reasons Trump said that statement when he walked into the auditorium, because they already came out swinging. They want to change the military culture. They want to end the woke policies and woke standard that they allowed for this past couple of years that, in my opinion, it was getting out of control. And this is their new approach. And Hegseth and Trump said, if you don't like this approach, do the honorable thing and resign, retire, get out of the military if you don't like it. This is the way it's going to be now. If you don't like it, get out. That's pretty much what it is. And I'm completely 100% with Hegseth on this one. I think our military force need to be at a standard level to be able to defeat the enemy in foreign wars. It is what it is. I mean, what he said about the fat generals walking the halls at the Pentagon, why are we allowing this to happen? Why they're not hold accountable at the standard for the military? Because we have lower enlisted that they have to take a PT test every twice a year, get the height and weight, how many, I don't know, 3-4 times a year, because they don't meet the standards. And then we allowing this top brass to stop doing PT, stop eating well, and they're not be held accountable. And this is all about accountability. I think this is a great approach from Hegseth and Donald Trump. We'll see what's going to happen moving forward, but a lot of change are coming for the armed forces. I read on the article as well that we're talking about new promotion system for all the services. They're going to be promoted now for merit, not by years served, none of that stuff. So we'll see what's going to happen. Readiness is another big topic, and height and weight. They're changing the military culture from inside out. So we'll see what happens. We'll stay in touch. Make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe. Thank you so much for your support, and we'll see you on the next one.